Welcome back, little crowbotlets. I quit listening to music because the last two half-hour-long videos where I explained some really cool stuff, or so I believed, got stricken for violations of whatever. Who cares? Hopefully this Tao Te Ching here won't get me any strikes. It's in the public domain, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, just playing a match. Haven't uploaded any videos in a while. I've done an hour's worth of videos in the last couple of days that have been completely obliterated by either YouTube's copyright algorithms where background music gets tagged. That's just crazy. Anyway, whatever. Last one got messed up because my dog started barking at the end and I didn't feel like editing it, so I said the heck with it. Anyway, the important fun things I was talking about was appropriate robots for various levels of play. So I figure why not just talk about it while I'm playing. It's a little less boring than the lecture I was giving everyone before, right? So this is my level 1 account. I got 5 pilots. I got 5 robots that I play. 5 robots I'm building. This is probably the most powerful of those robots, although it's not the one I play the most. It has 600-meter Gatlings on the drone, 2 small ones, and then it's got a 550-meter Spectrum, I guess it would be, on the top, and then down on the bottom it's got 2 ghosts. So the ghosts kick in at about 380 meters, 400 meters, somewhere in there. At a distance, the drone is what's doing the damage. Up close, the bottom ones do the damage. And this thing sticking off the top does a fair amount of damage itself. So. I love how many shots ghosts have. Take forever to run out. Never stand around when somebody's shooting missiles at you. Now what do we got here? 2 targets left. Yeah, I jumped on that building right there. If you're standing next to the building, I don't think you can do that. You definitely can't get onto that one unless you're on top of this one. But now watch. This is how you get on top of buildings in a dasher. I just taught you something. Normally I let the last player battle it out with my other dudes, but anyway. That was fun, huh? Let's go through my hangar real quick. Show you what I'm playing with. $500,000. Nice. Technically, that's the requirement to get into the Bottom Block Club. I should tell you about the Bottom Block Club, I suppose. That's probably where I should start the whole story. We're not going to worry about that right now. We're looking at my hangar. So these are the 5 robots I use. Let's start at the bottom. I'm going to turn you down for a minute, Mr. Sun Tzu. Listening to The Art of War, because there's a lot you can learn from The Art of War and apply to this game. Maybe someday I'll do an Art of War series or something, and we'll see how we can apply those principles to the game. So this Grizzly here, a robot I never thought I would enjoy playing, but I really enjoy playing this little runner. This thing can do 100 kilometers per hour when you speed it up. The cooldown on the speed up is pretty fast. You wouldn't think you'd have any fun in this robot, but it's like riding a little moped around. It's a lot more fun. You just don't want to let your friends see you doing it. I'll upgrade the Wasps here eventually. I'd like to remove that Phantom and put a Ghost on, but I just don't have a Ghost for it yet. We got the purple modules on there with the reload fast, because those the Wasps reload really, really slow, so that kind of helps it load faster. And on this thing, we've got Phantoms. I just love a Phantom Mantis. You can't go wrong with this build, ever. And this is a little freaking monster. It's like a mini Viking when you get right down to it. You can put this thing so close to the... you just watch me play it. I love playing this robot. And I never thought I'd like playing dashers as much as I do, which is now why I've got dashers instead of jumpers. Normally I'd have a watcher and I'd have a bison or something. I'd be using the Gepard. But these dashers, man, I'm just having a blast with them. So right now I'm working on upgrading the Nemesis. It's got another 11 hours to go. I think I'm just going to go ahead and max these, and I'm going to leave the Echo at level 7. I'm going to have to build a tier ceiling marker in this one so I can figure out where's what. But once I get the weapons maxed on this, then I'll start upgrading the robot. I don't believe you can 2-star this now. Oh, wait. No, you can't. Never mind. I see grades there, and I think maybe you can. And the one I just played. So, like I said, it's got the dragonflies, and the levels on these aren't very high. Its level is level 1, and that's just kind of nerfing it. It's my most powerful robot, offensive-wise, so I leave it sort of weak defensively so that other players can actually take it out. Which brings me to the next point that I want to discuss, which I will discuss while I'm playing my next match, and showing off my little robots and my little skills, and talking about what I think is appropriate for level 1. And let me talk about levels real quick. We'll do a quick little refresher on levels. The very first level you drop into, you can differentiate from the rest of the levels because this screen right here that we're looking at is different. It looks like a cell phone. There's a hand holding it. They're playing it. They're telling you how to play. That's the very first level. You get kicked out of that level pretty quickly, and you go into a level with a whole bunch of... go ahead and take this one. Now I'm not even going to grab a flag. I'm just going to sit up here and snipe stuff while I chit-chat. That's got to be an AI. Why they just land on here and then fall off. Cracks me up. Alright, let's snake that dude on the bridge down there. Not bad. So I don't know what these will do when they're maxed, but it might completely eliminate a Gepard or something like that. It's hard to say. Really focus on these guys over here, but it really doesn't matter if I get knocked out of the robot. I'll just bring in the next one to show you. Ooh, what do we got down there? 1155. Ooh, he is just in range. Watch this. Boom. Oh, I missed him. How could I have missed that? He's in range. Huh. Must be behind something. He's not behind anything. How did I not hit that dude? Alright. Leave him alone. That's fun thing, sniping. Sniping with these things, just stealing people's kills. Wait for them to get it down low enough that you can just snake it. Anyway, so what I was talking, I'm just going to let this guy kill me if he keeps targeting me. I really don't care. Makes it hard to see my targets, but I'll just sit here and do this for however long as I can. There's no bot? Guess not. Anyway, what was I talking about? I wasn't really talking about anything yet. I was talking about robots that are appropriate at various levels, and I was going over the various levels. So we had gotten into level 1 where you're going to see a whole bunch of predators driven by AI. It's kind of crazy how they do it. Why would I want to take that out when I've got 100%? Now we're going to come back over here and take this guy out. Like that. We'll do it like that. Now he's gone. You'll see a whole bunch of AI predators. They don't have drones, and they're running with wasps. So it's basically the stock loadout. It's when you buy it, that's what you get. This guy. Something else you can do that's, they're not quite like that. That's always fun. Alright, I'll move around because that's pretty boring. So when the predators disappear and you start seeing bisons and paladins and hunters, this is when you have entered what I call level 1. The pre-level is level -1, if you will, the one you're not in very long. The one with all the predators is what I would call level 0. It's sort of a level I discovered that nobody, I mean, people knew about it, a few people did, but most people hadn't mapped that out. For some reason, I spent a lot of time dealing with the low levels and ended up mapping that out pretty well. So the basically level 1, which is where I'm playing now. These are where you're going to see bisons, hunters. You'll see a paladin. You might see a Viking now and then. That kind of stuff. So I'm trying to sneak up on this guy. I think it's going to be successful if I can get a bead on him. We'll take his flag, because why not? Ooh, maybe I can get him through there. Look at that. Watch this. Does he see me? I don't know if he did or not. He does now. Anyway, this is level 1. I have accounts in level 1. Actually, I think I got some in level 2 or level 0, but I don't play them just because they're just new clean accounts. They're not anything anywhere yet. So we're at 100. Snake this guy. All right, how much percentage do you think it's going to take to get rid of him? I'm going to say 40%. 40. Yep, that did it. It's good to know those things. What do you think for this guy? About that much. Nope. Thought we'd get it better than that. What I'm trying to do here is get my percentage to match with what it takes to kill him. Didn't work. I'm trying to steal kills is what I'm trying to do. It's just not working out for me. I don't think he was expecting me to do that. Always walk sideways to people too. Always. See those missiles? They're missing me entirely because I don't know. No, that was probably an AI. Alright, next one. We already took that one. Let's take this one. It's just a good all-around robot. Besides, as soon as I hit the ground running, that guy's going to be hunting me. So. Level 1, level 2, and level 3 are where I play. I would say that the very first place that you should see every robot in the game is level 3. Before that, people should limit themselves, and they should choose to do it of their own accord, by their own choice. In level 1, the only real robots that I find acceptable in level 1, paladin or less. Stuff that the game gives you. The bison, the watcher, and the predator. Everything else you shouldn't see until level 2. And in level 2 you should start seeing legionnaires, titans, and watchers. No, patrols. Legionnaires, titans, and patrols. You're still going to see 3 AI pilots. And when you get to level 3, the robots don't change much, but you start seeing 4 AI pilots. So in this case, there's 3 AI pilots, but you don't see any legionnaires, you don't see any titans, and you don't see any patrols. So you know that this is level 3. Sorry, level 1. Level 2, you start seeing those. Level 3, AI gets an extra pilot. So those are your markers for which level is which, if you want to know how to do that. I've done videos on how to build robots that'll put you at a certain tier. There's recipes out there. Get with the clans that already exist, and they'll tell you exactly how to build a robot that sits at a tier ceiling. So you keep everything to the left of that. It'll keep you in tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3 or whichever tier you want to stay in until you've built enough robots up to that ceiling that if you upgrade anything on them, they go into the next tier. Once you got a bunch of robots at that point, you're ready to go into the next tier. Now you're building those robots to that next ceiling. You get your ceiling bot there and you start working those up until you got half a dozen or better bots at that real close level. Then you move up to the next level. If you don't do it this way, in a very measured way, then you're going to get your ass handed to you. And I see so many people on level 3 and even level 4 with nothing better than a paladin. It's like, dude, you need to build some robots. It takes a while. Yeah, sure, it takes 3 weeks to build a robot, but once you're done, you got a robot. You can play with it, you know. Sometimes you win them. Always do 1,000 key chests. In fact, what do I got? Always keeping an eye on that. So what haven't we used yet? We've used this one, and this one. We haven't used that one and that one. So I'm going to do one more match so you can see what I'm doing while I talk about something that I'm going to call an appeal to the INA clan specifically. Jellyfish as an individual specifically, and all the rest of the clans in general. This game is only going to last as long as the server maintenance bills get paid. That requires that we watch our ads, watch the ads, let them make that money. You get 4 really good robots as a really low-level player. Take advantage of those deals. You spend about $25 US dollars, and the company makes that $25, and you get 4 really pretty kick-ass robots for $6 a piece. So, get hooked up with the clans. They'll tell you about these things. The Bottom Bot Club is basically just a Discord channel, and we welcome anybody that's new or anybody that wants to help new players. We group up quite a bit. I'm trying to get some sort of, not really rules, but just sort of etiquette type stuff, if you will. Ways that you can choose to play to not only challenge yourself, but to make it more fun for new players. Using these little robots is the best example. I can't get into a robot smaller than this, but I can make this little robot a badass, so I do. When new players see me in here and I'm kicking their butt in a Hercules, and they're wondering how the heck I'm doing all that, so I invite them to squad. We squad up. I say, hey, come to my little Discord channel and we'll help you get set up just right, There's 2 basic ways you can play this game, and there's only one way I recommend playing this game, and that is to play it very slowly. Get yourself into level 1. Don't buy it. As soon as you buy one of these $5 robots, you're going to be in level 1. As soon as you get the paladin, you hit level 1. So it doesn't matter. Level 1's not that hard, unless there are some, I call them tier surfers, and they're the type of people that go from, having big robots. They can play in tier 3 no problem. They might not win every match, but they'd win most of them. They've got hangars that you wish you had. It takes a while to build them, but they know some exploits, makes it go a little faster. I'm not going to talk about any of that because I really don't care, but this game's out of production. It's not going to be changed much at all. We know what kind of bugs it has, we know what kind of flaws it has, but we also know about its greatness, and its greatness is just, it's fun to play. It's one of the better robot games graphics-wise, playstyle-wise. I don't think there's another game out there that's got this target lock like this does. I really don't like the way the rest of the robot games play, the way you've got to aim it up and down, it auto aims side to side. It's just, it's not intuitive. Anyway, my point is that the people who are currently playing this game are starting to complain that there's no new players. But part of the problem is that we're in here bashing on the new players with the top robots in the game in level 1 and 2. My attitude is level 1 and 2 is where you learn how to play these robots. I should probably try out. Don't worry about the grizzly. Levels 1 and 2, you shouldn't see bushies, you shouldn't see fuck-alongs, you shouldn't see lungs, you shouldn't see delongs. They just should not be here in level 1, period, end of conversation. In fact, you shouldn't see any of those. The only robot you should see here that has a 4,000 gold drone is the Viking. Maybe a hoplite. You see hoplites in level 1, sometimes driven by AI. If you see an AI robot in here that's a premium robot, I'd say sure, bring that one in. I don't have a problem with that. But try and keep it level 1. Don't let it be this big badass robot that nobody can defeat. What challenge is that for you? And how is that fun for players that can't defeat you? They're new players. They don't know how to defeat these things. You come in here in a samurai in level 1, and they're not going to know what to do. New players are going to be pooping their pants because they don't know how to deal with those. I just park myself behind a rock, plant a couple weapons on it, and fire away. It'll die eventually, or it'll get me, and I'll bring in something that can deal with it. If you see somebody with a samurai, feel free to bring in a premium robot to deal with it. I don't have a problem with that at all, but if you don't have a reason to, don't be dropping as your first robot in something that's almost impossible to kill. It's no challenge for you. You're not going to get better at the game doing things that way. And you're making it incredibly not fun for the people that are trying to enjoy the game as new players. You're setting yourself up with such an advantage that nobody else gets to have any fun. I'm so distracted, and I'm just getting good lines on shots. This is a good map for being in something that has shotguns on it. Shotguns do good damage. I am really not paying a whole lot of attention to what's going on here. I think, we've got more players still, but there's a lot of humans playing at the moment. I can tell that guy's a human right there. I don't know about this dude. I don't think so. Usually humans have at least the free mods, and they'll have, what do you call it? Shields. Like this guy's got a shield on well, no, Paladin wouldn't have a shield. But if he comes around and upgrades that Paladin to about level 5, he's going to be on level 2. And that's the thing he doesn't know as a new player. Now he's getting his ass handed to him all the time because in level 2 you're going to see bigger robots. They're harder to kill, and they kill you easier because they've got bigger weapons on them. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make is players that play with like INA or any other clan that brings, you know, their overpowered hanger all the way down here to play in level 1 just because it's super easy to drop an Ibushi and run around and kill everything. You come out of the match with 1.5 mil because you killed everything. You know, how hard is that to do? It's real easy. How hard is it to do what I've been doing in Hercules or any of these other little robots I'm in? These are appropriate for level 1, and it's what I'd really like to see people in. So if you've been playing for years, you know, did you ever play these robots? They're a lot of fun, and it's challenging. And if you're bored playing the big robots at the top level because it's hard and stressful and, you know, it's exciting, yeah, but it takes a lot out of me, man. I can only do 2 or 3 matches at the top level before I just got to take a break. Down here I can play match after match after match. It's not that hard. But I'm not taking any advantages except for my skills and the fact that I've built these robots up to a pretty high level. I mean, but ask yourself, how long does it take to build this robot and put these modules on it? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus the drone, 700 gold. That's all the gold you need to max this thing out. In fact, you could even, for another 100 gold, you could even put both these modules on it. I could throw a ramrod on here and then slap on some, there's another player I know that likes to run this with the, not the plasma ones, but the regular long-range executors or whatever they are. He'll have 3 of those on there, and he ran those up to like level 12 or something, and then he was just smoking things with it. He'd dash along and pop, and there's nothing more fun than dashing, hitting a gap with your thing and getting it through the gap. There's some really fun ways to play these little robots. This is just a solid mid-range, average Yahoo. The Mantis is actually a pretty tough robot if you get it up higher in level. These are just the ones I use the least. I don't think I've shown you this one, but it's a lot of fun to play too, and I never thought I'd enjoy playing Wasps as much as I do. And I kind of picked that up with the Bison and its stock build, and the Watcher, and even the Predator comes with Wasps on it, and one of the guys in the group was using those and just having a blast with it. Wasps are really fun if you play it right. If you play them wrong, you're not going to hit a thing, you're not going to kill nothing, but if you figure out how to play them, and you master the art of jumping or dashing, and unloading and then dashing out or whatever. Usually when you do it as a pounce with a jumper, you jump up in the air and you immediately start firing, and you hope you got a line of sight. If every missile hits, you just flat blow things up. They just disappear. It's amazing. Anyway, my appeal to the clans and the guilds and whatever it is that you want to call yourself as groups is, come down to the bottom, play these robots or these equivalents. Just try not to bring anything bigger than a Paladin, and you really shouldn't need a Paladin. You should really be able to bring these 3 robots in and kick everything's ass if you've got any skills, and scoop up the players that you see that are playing, you know, even before they've changed their name, whatever. If you see a human, grab them up and try and get them somewhere. You know, my Bottom Bot Club on Discord, I hope to make it something where new players can just come in there and all they do is get help. You know, here's what you want to do. Here's the long game if you want to go to the top, and I don't recommend that, because to get to the top of this game, you're never going to make it, because there are so many people that have beat you there, and it's such a long, unrealistic trudgery to get to the top. Play in level 1, get your bots built up so you're ready to go into level 2. Get with a group of people that knows how to get you that ceiling robot marker, so you can say, okay, anything to the left of that, and you're in level 2. Now you can tell when you hit level 2. There is no way of telling in this game when you hit the next level of play, except you go from winning all your matches to losing them. It's really one of the worst built games out there. but it's still one of the most fun to play. It's out of development. They're not going to change it. They're not going to come along and screw it up. It's not a pay-to-play game, but I do recommend spending, $25-50 on the game, because for $25 you can get 4 really good robots. Go watch my other video about that, and it'll tell you all about it. But I'm going to go ahead and cut on that here, because this one's almost a half an hour too, and I hope I can get it uploaded without any issues this time. No dogs barking. I got no background music to copyright infringe upon, so we're going to hope for the best. But I'm making an appeal to all the clans out there to, even if you have to start a new account, come down here, hit my Bottom Bot Club up on Discord, and see what we got going on there. If you want to help new people come into the game, I got plans on how to do that and ways to get squads going. So there's 5 or 6 rolling squads in any given time, and squads are meeting squads, and people are just having a blast. If we can get people having fun in this game at the level 1, and we can get them properly into level 2, and we can withhold using these big ass robots in level 1 and level 2, and start making these level 1 and level 2 areas the training grounds where we are helping new players come up into level 3 the right way, so that when they hit level 3, they're going to see all these big badass robots, and that's where they should see them. But they're going to be prepared to see them. They're going to have hangars that can handle them, so on and so forth. I want to make the game more fun. I want to keep it alive. I want to make sure that the company has enough money to keep paying the server bills. And we as players are going to have to take a leading role in this. And players with guilds like INA, you're going to have to quit beating on, we call it seal clubbing. You're clubbing the seals in level 1 and level 2 because they can't do anything about it. You're taking advantage of the players. If you're going to play that way, play in level 3. I could care less what happens in level 3. That's free for all area. 3, 4, and 5, knock yourselves out. Do whatever you want, but leave 1 and 2 for the new players. And please, come down here, use these little robots, help them learn, get them set on the right path, and prepare them for level 3, and then go into level 3 and just flat hand them their ass. You know what I'm saying? We got to do this right, or we're going to lose this game. That's all I'm saying. I got nothing but love for all y'all. See you at the beacon. Crowbot out.